What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Golden Sports, and today is finally the day that about 5 or 6 people have been waiting for. It is Virginity Part 3. I'm talking about how I lost my virginity, and if you guys haven't seen the first 2 parts, go ahead and check it out. Definitely just an interesting, story of how everything, went and happened. And they're going to be in the video response sections, part 1 and part 2. Also, they're going to be an annotation above if you're watching from a PC. If you're watching from a phone, you need to cut that out. You need a big screen me. That's what I need, a big screen. I need more than a 7-inch monitor. You got to put me on that big screen. But right here for the gameplay that you're watching, I went ahead and chose the Panthers. I know I said I was going to go ahead and choose the Jets for my next gameplay, but I recently just played with the Jets on the Press Start Network, and I completely forgot about that. I went ahead and I chose the Panthers, and I chose the Chiefs, but there were 2 really, really quick rage quits, so I'm going to show that in a future video. So this time I went ahead and got the Panthers, and I'm going against the Falcons, who is a very underused team. They're very solid. They have great just players at damn near every position. But, let's get into it. Where I left off last is where the girl I lost my virginity to, her name is Ikea. She discovered that I left my number in her phone, so she decided to give me a call, and, we ended up talking. So she says that she wants to come over and within a couple of days, and, the day's here. She's finally on her way. She calls me, she's outside. At this point in time, I'm living with my mother. She owned a house, but it was a 3-family house, and I lived with her on the first floor, and it was only 2 rooms. My brother had a room, she had a room, and I had like the living room, but it had like sliding doors that you just couldn't close. They were like painted like open, like you couldn't shut the doors. So of course, me hoping something might happen, I asked my brother, if I could just stay in the room for tonight, because this is the possibility. So he's like, sure, no doubt. So she comes over, and she gets to the room, and I'm nervous as hell. It's just me and her, and I'm, my heart's beating. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to do. I'm just getting so nervous. So she goes ahead and she gets on the bed, and we just start, talking, conversating and things like that. How you been, what's going on. We just talking about how crazy that night was, and how she was glad that I put my number there and all that stuff. So we're talking about what we like to do, what we don't like to do, and this and that. And mind you, I'm kind of sitting towards the edge of the bed, a little away from her, because I'm nervous as hell. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to expect. Nobody told me this is what I should do if a girl happens to come over, because as far as I know, guys, if a girl comes over, she pretty much has something, in mind, and back then I didn't realize that, she took a cab, she didn't take a cab to come, hang out with me to, find out what's my favorite Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's Charmander, I went ahead and told her that, if you got a tail that's on fire all the time and you ain't get burned, that's, I let her know that, I love video games and things like that. And somebody left a comment in the last video saying, oh, we know what she did when she went ahead and laid down. She pulled out her controller. Y'all played Madden together. Very funny. That's not what happened. Actually, we played Need for Speed. We started playing a little bit of racing and things like that. And maybe like 20 minutes after, she's like, I'm getting tired. I'm just going to go ahead and lay down and go to sleep. So I'm thinking, whoa. No. We don't want that to happen. But I'm not going to go ahead and say this. So I'm like, okay. So she's like, why don't you lay down with me? And right now, my heart is going crazy. I'm like, OMG. Like, oh my God, is this really going to happen? So I'm nervous. I'm pretty sure my hands are like shaking, because I couldn't believe that the possibility of me being able to lay down with a girl is gonna happen. Like again, I've had girlfriends and stuff like that, but I've never had a girl like in bed, like just laying down with me like that's. So she's like, why don't you lay down with me? So I'm like, cool. So I lay down with her, and I'm nervous as hell. At that point, I had long hair, so my hair was braided, and well, not at that time it was braided, but it was out. But she's like running her hands through my hair and stuff like that. And of course, I'm loving it. It's feeling good. I'm just sitting, laying down, and then she reaches in and we start kissing. So, at this point in time, again, I'm getting even more nervous, and I wasn't the best kisser in the world at that point, man. Let me tell you, I really didn't know what to do. I just kind of, let the girl take control. But she wasn't like that. She was more of the, let the guy do his thing. So I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was like kind of slobbing on her, and I just really wasn't doing too good because I was just a horrible kisser back then. And so anyways, we start kissing, and then she she knew I was a virgin because we started talking, and I let her know one way the conversation came up. She was like, she had a kid, and I let her know, like, I want a huge family. Like, when I settle down, I want a really, really big family. I want like 5 to 7 kids. I want a whole bunch of kids and stuff like that. And came up, and I told her, like, oh well, that's first I gotta lose my virginity first in order to even know that stuff happened. But she knew. And then she asked me, are you sure you want to do this? Just like that, we start kissing. She's like, are you sure you want to do this? And I'm like, hell yes, let's do it. Let's get it. I'm ready. Just like that, she starts cracking up. I'm like, hell yes. Like, or yes. I want this to happen. Like, let's do it. So, she starts, undressing herself. And, at this point in time, luckily, my brother had, condoms and stuff like that, because he's a player. So, we grab one of those, and again, like, when you want to talk about being nervous, man, oh man, at this point it's like, damn. Like, I really don't even know what to do. Like, I don't know, do I hug her, or do I touch her butt, or do I compliment her, or do I offer her something to drink? I don't know, because this has never happened to me. I've never talked to anybody in this situation where this has happened, so I'm really not sure what to do or whatever. But as she's getting undressed, she goes ahead, and she knows what to do at this point. She's experienced more than I am, so she goes ahead and she does what she does. At this point, obviously there's no need to try and get me erected. Oh, I'm there. Like, you ain't got to do no work. I'm there. I'm ready to roll on my part. So she gets on top of me, and then there it is. She's on top of me, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, wow, I have this girl. She's on top of me. She's having sexual intercourse with me. And unfortunately, it was my first time, so I'm not gonna brag like, oh man, I was in that for days. Matter of fact, she just got off me 3 days ago. No, hell no, it didn't happen like that. It was about like 11 minutes, man. It wasn't really too quick. It wasn't really too long. It actually lasted fairly simple. Quickly, but like 5 minutes after that, we end up going again, and this time it was different positions, and I felt like I was a mini Ron Jeremy. I'm trying to, I'm putting my hand behind my back, I'm doing a Dougie, I'm feeling good about myself. But one of the most weirdest things that's ever happened, during that, unfortunately I stopped talking to her after this, because during the second time, we went twice that night, and then one as soon as we woke up in the morning. And what was crazy is that she looked at me during the second time, because I'm on top of her this time. It's called the missionary position or whatever. And as I'm doing my thing, I'm giving her the love muscle as best as I can. She looks at me and she's like, "Do you love me?" And right then and there, I'm like, whoa! If I tell her no, is this gonna stop? I don't want this to stop. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course I do. And that right there was a huge turnoff. After that, I never talked to her again. It was just weird for her to ask me, do I love her? I thought that was a little weird. But I hope you guys enjoyed my experiences. This is Mr. Golden Sports signing out. The series is over for the 10 of you who are waiting. Mr. Golden Sports signing out. Thank you for your time, guys.